What's poppin', people? It's Dante. I'm currently standing at the intersection between order and chaos here in Philadelphia, going for my morning walk. Yeah, what's funny about waking up super early is yeah, you can kind of just walk wherever the hell you want and get away with it. Yeah, let's see how this goes. So yeah, today I just wanted to share what I believe is the best advice for street photography, and something that I've been contemplating a lot the past close to 2 years now. I'd say around 2 years now. So I started photographing in black and white in November of 2022. So, you know, I would say it's almost been 2 years now of me photographing non-stop every single day in this new way. In a new approach, right? There's something about my approach now that is very liberating, where I am completely detached from the outcome. And so what this means is I'm making photographs, I'm looking at them briefly in the evening and culling through them, but I'm not really doing anything with them. I'm not really attached to them whatsoever in terms of what photograph is good, what photograph is bad, you know, making selections, choosing keepers, and organizing them like this. You know, I keep telling myself that maybe by the end of the year, once 2025 rolls around, maybe I should go through and make some selections. But the more that I embark on this process of simply photographing for the sake of photographing, I really can't stop. I can't get myself to sit still. I can't get myself to sit in front of the iPad and make these selections. I really just don't care. You know, and I think when you let go and you don't care about the outcome and you just let the chips fall as they may, you know, this is where the spirit of play and that flow state come in. This is where you can go out there and just play and tinker and photograph with your curiosity at the forefront, where I'm not getting bogged down by the results. And it's very, very, very liberating. And I encourage you to maybe try it out. Maybe try to go a month and don't really make any serious selections. Maybe try to go a year, or like me, and go for the 2-year mark. You know, there's really something special about just remaining in the state of production and not getting caught up in the results. So when you consider the purpose or the goal of photography, you know, you oftentimes get caught up with the external goal of making a book or making a show or even striking a print. And frankly, I don't care for these things. That's what I'm starting to realize is, for me, photography is about the journey and the process, and it's about making new photographs. So the goal ultimately is to make new pictures. For me, the goal is to increase my curiosity by 1% each day, right? Where I have this insatiable lust for life, where I'm waking up at 4 a.m. without an alarm clock and heading outside just to see what's out there and make some photos. You know, it's like, the point is that, you know, when you're practicing street photography, right, it's gonna take a lot of time for you to see those results. It's gonna take a lot of time for you to make photographs that are new or something that you haven't seen before. And you know, you shouldn't get discouraged. And I think you get discouraged when you're attached to the outcome, when you're attached to the photographs, when you're attached to the results. And you know, the other thing that's interesting is the more that I look at my photographs of the past decade and I look through the work that I've made in color, the less I'm attached to it, which I think is a good thing. And this is something that I'm learning along my journey, and I just wanted to share, right? Where now I'm able to go back into my old work and be more discerning and select the real keepers, and you know, delete old pictures and sort of shed the skin, if you will, and sort of shed the superfluous. And the photographs really, you know, it's a rewarding feeling when you make a successful picture. And you'll know when it occurs, I think. When you make something that is strong or striking, you'll recognize it maybe, but it's gonna take a lot of time spent making photographs. And I think of years, right, decades of work put in to see results, and just reminding yourself that may be a good bit of advice, just a good mindset is approaching photography as a way for you to just see what's happening in your hometown, to just see what's happening, to see what's outside. Really don't think about the picture. I think the more that you think about the picture, the more that you think about the result, yeah, the unhappier you'll become, the more unmotivated you'll become or uninspired you'll become. So yeah, I say detach yourself from the outcome. You know, embrace the autotelic approach to street photography, right? Only do things because you genuinely enjoy doing the thing, right? If you're not into making the photos that day, then don't make the photos that day, right? But for me, I need to make photos each day. You know, it's a part of my daily routine. It's a part of my life. It's like breathing. And because of this, I just simply stay in that state of production. I continuously make photographs. And yeah, I mean, who knows, maybe after a few years or whatever, I'll have a couple of pictures, you know what I mean? Like, you wind up getting these quote-unquote keeper photos maybe every once in a blue moon, maybe once or twice per year, right? And you could be out there 8 hours per day, you know, treating street photography like a 9-to-5 job, if you will, and still not see the results and still only get one picture per year, you know. And I think that's interesting. I think but it really is, it is funny too, because I think the notion of what makes a keeper photo, it's kind of this like notion that we should maybe even detach ourselves from as well. You know, maybe the photos that are quote-unquote keepers don't even matter in the end. Like, would you make photos if you didn't see the photos? Like, if you weren't even to see them, do anything with them, make a print with them, you know, considering you're photographing each and every day and going out there, you know, would you keep doing it if you didn't see the results? You know, would you just keep going and keep moving forward and keep photographing if you didn't see your photos make it to the wall, make it in a book? You know, would you keep going? Would you keep photographing? I think it's an important question to ask ourselves, you know? Maybe the only way we should show our photos is posting on our own website. You know, it's just a place to put them. And then the other place that you could put them is, yeah, I mean, in a sketchbook, or, you know, just something more personal. You know, maybe sharing photos directly with your family, sharing photos directly with your friends, sharing photos directly with other people is probably the best way to do it. If it's in the physical flesh, you know, maybe sending a text. You know, there's ways that we can share photos now that go beyond these basic notions of what success means in photography, that I think that we should start to consider more, as photography is this journey. You know, the destination doesn't exist. You're going to continuously be striving for something more, but it's inevitable that you'll find yourself in this place where you're going to continuously try to top your last shot, you know, try to make a better photo than the one you've made before. And I guess what I've realized is just letting go of that completely has been the most liberating feeling, where I'm no longer worried about making good pictures. Like, who cares? You know, maybe it's more interesting to make photos that would you know, displease an audience, you know, something that people wouldn't like. You know, maybe that's a better approach. You know, make pictures that'll not be appreciated by others, but just make pictures that you'll appreciate.